Welcome to Easy Business Automation. Today we're talking about a challenge that really every single small business owner is facing right now.
Oh, yeah. It's AI.
It's AI. These tools, like ChatGPT, they're not some futuristic idea anymore, are they? They're just here. They're part of daily work.
Absolutely. The data shows that adoption is happening incredibly fast. Something like 72% of teams in finance, marketing, even startups, they're already using AI.
And that speed, that's where the problem comes in for you, the leader. Because your staff, they're curious, maybe a little excited, but they're also really uncertain. What are the rules? What's safe to do? And we see it splitting into two camps. We have some employees who are just avoiding AI completely. They don't have the confidence.
Right. And then you have the other group.
The other group.
Yeah.
The ones using these incredibly powerful tools quietly, with no guidelines, no policy.
And that's what we call shadow AI, that quiet, unauthorized usage. That's where the risk just explodes.
That sounds ominous.
Well, it is. The sources we looked at show 57% of U.S. workers are actually reluctant to admit to their managers that they're using AI.
So they're trying to be more productive, but they're operating completely in the dark.
Exactly. And that is a major, major threat to the business.
Which is precisely our goal today. We've gone through the compliance frameworks, the best practices, to create a simple checklist of what beginner AI training absolutely must cover.
So if you run a small or a local business, this is basically your blueprint.
This is the structure you can use for your team's first official training session to pull AI use out of the shadows and, into a clear, productive process.
Okay, so let's unpack that. If a business owner is listening and thinking, my people are smart, they can figure out ChatGPT on their own, why is doing a formal training so critical right now?
I mean, it's more than just getting better work out of them. We're talking about real operational risk, aren't we?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The risk if you skip this step is huge. Unauthorized use. It leads to inconsistent quality, bad outputs, people relying on those confident mistakes AI makes.
The hallucinations.
The hallucinations, yeah. But honestly, the biggest, most immediate threat is data security. That shadow AI we mentioned, it accounts for about 20% of all data breaches.
Wow, 20%.
Yeah.
Just from unauthorized AI use. For a small business without a huge legal team, that's a staggering number.
It is, and it all links back to confidence. Only around 37% of employees in small businesses feel confident using AI. Training is what fixes that. It gives everyone the same language, the same rules.
So it levels the playing field.
It does, and the benefits are so clear. We see that 90% of employees who got training said it made them better at their jobs. But here's the real kicker for you, the owner.
Okay.
Trained employees are 75% more likely to actually use AI every single day. That compares to only 25% for teams without training.
That 75% number, I mean, that's the difference between an investment that pays off and a tool that just sits on a digital shelf gathering dust.
Exactly.
So to get that adoption, it feels like the mindset shift is maybe even more important than the technical bits. What's the core message?
It's all about removing the fear. You have to frame AI for what it is. It's not magic. It's a tool. It's like a calculator or your CRM or an email assistant.
It's there to help, not replace.
It's there to augment what your people can do, not replace them.
Okay, so you say augment, but we've all heard that stat that AI does the job of like 2.1 full-time employees. That sounds terrifying if I'm an employee.
And that is a crucial point you have to clarify in your training. That stat does not mean you fire 2 people.
Right.
It means the 20 hours a week your team used to spend on, basic reports, drafting first-pass emails, summarizing notes, that time is now saved.
It frees them up.
It frees them up for the things that need a human brain. Complex problem-solving, real customer empathy, strategic thinking. The goal is an augmented workforce. It's your people plus AI doing better work faster.
Okay, that makes sense. That's the why. So let's start building the training. Module 1 has to be foundations, right? Establishing a shared language.
Yes, you have to break down the jargon. If your team doesn't know what they're talking to, they can't trust it or use it properly.
So starting with the absolute basics, an AI assistant or a chatbot, that's just a system that imitates human intelligence to help solve a problem. Simple enough.
Yep.
But then you get to the big one, like ChatGPT. You have to explain what a large language model, an LLM, actually is.
This is so important for setting expectations.
Right, because it's not a brain. It's a model that's been trained on a massive amount of text to just predict the next word. It doesn't know anything.
Exactly. It's like a super-powered autocomplete that's read the entire internet.
Yeah.
It can write a brilliant email based on patterns it's seen a million times before.
But it has no context.
Zero context about your specific client, your company's pricing, your team's culture, none of that.
So setting those expectations is key. In the training, you need a clear list of strengths versus weaknesses. So what are the good things?
The good stuff is the repeatable, low-risk work. Drafting routine emails, brainstorming ideas for a marketing campaign, summarizing those super long meeting notes.
That one alone is a game changer.
Huge. Or just checking the structure of a document you've already written. It's great at the scaffolding.
And the weaknesses, the caution signs?
You have to hammer this home. The information can be outdated. It is very, very prone to making confident-sounding mistakes, those hallucinations, and it will always miss your internal company context.
So what's the one simple rule you drill into every employee, the bottom line?
It has to be. AI can help you think and write, but you are responsible for the final answer.
The human is always in the loop.
Oh, you are the pilot. That's mandatory.
Okay, so that leads directly into the next critical part of the training.
Yeah.
Safety and policy. The guardrails.
Yes. We have to address that core risk of data leakage head on.
Because you can't have people guessing what's okay to put in there. What if someone tries to get it to summarize a confidential client contract?
It happens. So you have to give them a clear, non-negotiable list of prohibited data, things that can never be put into a public AI tool.
Because those tools can learn from what you type in.
They can retain and learn from it. So the list has to include personally identifiable information PII, so customer names, employee details.
Passwords, obviously.
Obviously. And confidential financial records, health info, trade secrets, your internal pricing, any of your secret company plans.
The analogy we heard is great. It's like leaving your company's vault door wide open.
That's exactly it.
Right.
You wouldn't do it. But it's not all scary. There's plenty of data that is perfectly fine to share.
Like what?
Generic, non-sensitive stuff. Drafting a marketing post using only information that's already public. Go for it. Brainstorming ideas for a generic HR policy, totally fine.
So the training needs to instill good habits. Like, always remove names and sensitive details first.
Anonymize everything. And if you have the budget, use an enterprise-grade tool that has data protection built in. That's how you close the vault door.
And this protects everyone. The customers, the business from huge fines, and the employees themselves.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've defined the tool, we've set the safety rules. Now for the fun part, practical uses. Module 3. Small businesses need quick wins.
This is where you get buy-in. You have to focus on high-impact, low-risk tasks that are repetitive.
Right, so training should have role-specific examples. For an admin or ops person, it's great for drafting those recurring emails, right?
Yeah.
Or writing up SOPs.
Or, again, summarizing meeting notes. That one task saves hours every single week. It's a perfect first use case.
And for customer service, which is a top use case for, 65% of small businesses?
Huge. AI can draft a standard reply, and then the human agent just edits it for the right tone. Or it can turn your complicated FAQs into simple, clear text. It just speeds everything up.
What about marketing?
Another big one, brainstorming headlines, generating a few options for a social media post, creating a quick customer persona to get you started. All great, safe uses.
Even for leadership, it can summarize long reports or help outline a plan.
Absolutely. But no matter the role, you have to keep emphasizing the most important rule of this section.
Which is?
AI is for the first draft, not the final draft. Your staff must always review and adjust the output for accuracy, for tone, for your company's culture.
And that review is only useful if the first draft is any good, which means the next module has to be on prompting, garbage in, garbage out.
Precisely. The quality of the AI's answer depends entirely on the quality of your question.
Yeah.
You have to teach people to be more specific than just write me a social media post.
So you need a framework.
We recommend a simple 4-step framework. It makes results so much more consistent.
Okay, let's hear them. What are the 4 steps?
First, role. Tell the AI who to be. Act as a junior marketing copywriter. This sets the tone immediately.
Got it. Step 2.
Task. The verb. What do you want it to do? Help me draft, summarize, rewrite this.
Okay. Role, task. What's third?
Context. This is the one most people forget. Who is this for? Why are you writing it? This is for an angry client about a missed deadline. The tone must be empathetic.
Oh, that changes everything.
Completely. And fourth, finally, is format. How do you want the answer? Give me 3 options. Put it in a checklist. Make a table.
That structure is brilliant. You can see the difference between write a headline and act as our lead strategist role Write 3 subject lines, task for an email, targeting finance professionals, context, and give them to me in a bulleted list format.
That's the difference between a useless answer and a great starting point. And you also teach them to refine, Don't start over, just ask a follow-up, make that shorter. Sound more professional.
And then, again, check the work. Scan for accuracy, check the tone, look for what's missing.
And if it makes something up, if it hallucinates, you have to cross-check it before it goes anywhere.
Okay, final module. This is the big one. The elephant in the room. Fear and resistance. People are worried, is AI going to take my job? What if I mess this up and get in trouble? You have to tackle that head on.
You absolutely do. If you don't address those fears, your team will just go back to the old, slow way of doing things.
So leadership needs to be crystal clear. AI is here to reduce the busy work, not replace you.
It handles the repetitive stuff so that humans can do the work that requires judgment, creativity, empathy, the things AI just can't do.
So you build trust by showing its value is in supporting them, not supplanting them.
Exactly. And you have to encourage experimentation. Let them practice with the prompting framework in a safe, low-risk way during the training.
And then you celebrate the wins.
You have to. Encourage people to share their before and after examples. This task used to take me an hour. Now I get a first draft in 5 minutes.
That's what changes the culture. It goes from fear to, hey, how can I use this?
It does. And because this tech changes so fast, you should make learning continuous. Create a little chat channel or a shared document where people can post their AI tips.
That's a great idea. It keeps the momentum going. So to recap, a great beginner training needs foundations, a clear policy, practical use cases, and prompting basics.
And if you're the business owner listening, the big shift here is moving from that silent, risky shadow AI to an informed, supported, and productive use of these tools. Your job isn't to ban innovation, it's to guide it.
So as you start rolling this out, here's a final thought for you to consider for what comes next. We know that companies that invest in some form of dedicated AI talent, a specialist, a team lead, they tend to grow revenue much faster than those who just let everyone figure it out on their own. So once your team is trained in using these tools, ask yourself this. What is the one critical ongoing AI function in your business that could justify having a dedicated person or partner to make sure you're getting the consistency you need to really scale?
That's a powerful next step.
Thinking about that is how you turn a helpful tool into a real core business advantage. Thank you for joining us.